welcome to, or welcome back to the dollhouse. I am your yarn host, Kara, and I talk about crochet and yarn and stuff and things and me, and it's been weird lately. Weird is being thrown around right now as a bad term, but weird is not a bad thing. I was brought up that weird was a bad thing, but it wasn't bad in my head because I always wanted to be weird because my parents hated weird. So I ended up weird. But there's so many different kinds of weird. Today we'll walk down the yarn side of weird because, oh my goodness, I have been playing clicky games on Temu a lot because free stuff, and I don't generally choose yarn because you never know what you're going to get. Even if you read the description, you still don't know, and sometimes when you have it in your hand, you're still not sure what you've got. This is pretty. I am never going to use this. This is 5 strands of thread. Specifically, 5 strands of thread. And it's got no center pull. Can you imagine the yarn barf and the horror of untangling 5 strands of thread? No. Maybe this is going to be one of those skeins of yarn that just sits on my shelf like, oh, look at that pretty yarn. It's pretty. What is it? I don't know. It says 100% cotton. I don't know. This one. This was listed as squirrel wool. I figured I'd give it a shot. Coming to find out, squirrel wool is actually 100% polyester and 8.5% the tide will return. That's 108.5%. I don't know what that means. All of them say it. They all say it. It's 75 grams of 100% polyester and 8.5% the tide will return. In hand, it is very scratchy, very sparkly, and it's got a halo on it that is going to make stitches really, really difficult. No, it's not a bad size. It is a pretty good size 4. It's a pretty good size 4, but look, it feels scrubby. I don't make scrubby yarn things because this feels like I could clean my counter with it. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing Temu. It's my fault for not being able to understand the origin language and thus not being able to understand the incorrect translations. Temu's a great place for craft products. But if you're going for yarn quality, Reed is I have gotten some very nice yarn from Temu. I have gotten some, I think this is the scariest because I'm not really sure what 8.5% of the tide will return is, or what that means. Also, while digging through my stuff, I have found, I was going to take one of these out of the bag to show you, but I apparently never opened this bag. This is Premier Cotton Batik, and it is beautiful. I have one caked up. It really is a stunning yarn. Not available anymore. Now, Premier still has Batik. Premier still has DK Batik yarn, but it's acrylic now. So I'm hoping they bring back the cotton. I really like the cotton ones because it compares to, I hate this company's yarn. In thickness, it's a nice 4-weight yarn. This is, I love this yarn. I hate this company in red, blue, green when I have left of it. And in case you didn't know, when you have like little scraps left, while you're winding up the scraps, if you just tuck the label in the holes in the middle, works really well on the cakes too. I stick my labels in the middle, and that way, if I have a random cake or a random skein or even a random cone, you just stick the label inside, and that way you always know what you have. I am a great one for having little scraps and pieces of things that I have no idea what they are. Or if I know what they are, I don't know who made it. Or if I know who made it, I don't know what color it is. Or so I started doing that. A little tip that I picked up from Mikey at the Crochet Crowd. I've been going absolutely bananas with the hats. The hats are I've sold more hats than anything else lately. So yay for that. I think this one's my favorite so far. I did attempt to make a hat with a brim, but I was trying to wing it, and it kind of works, but it kind of works better as like 90s skater kid. I feel like I need like a little ollie airwalk on here, but nobody younger than me would understand that, I don't think. So that was my first attempt at a brim. My second attempt at a brim, I went a little overboard, and I'm gonna have to take this apart because I made this for my son who has a much larger head than I do. I need to round off these. If I could just fold these corners in, this would be okay, but it's kind of floopy, and it's kind of big because I have a small bean. I've been trying to make my hats a little bit larger because I know not everybody has a small bean, and one of my Twitter friends who requested the original bamboo jellyfoot hat, who the hat is named after, got his hats and is very happy with them, and they fit. So I can guesstimate the size of someone's head very well, apparently. Yay for me. I have the interior light on, but now the big ball in the sky has decided to come out and make me look like I am in a dimly lit room, and I am not. So I have coffee. So I think today is going to be another round of watching Hellier, and I don't know if I'm going to be attempting this. This offends me just touching it. So I really don't think I'm going to even like dog blanket this, because I think it's too fuzzy and halo-y for a dog blanket. I'd be afraid of the hairballs this would cause, and like cats and dogs licking on it. So I think that's going in the donate box. Because some people can use that kind of yarn and textures don't freak them out, and I would like to be those people, but I am not. I would also like to be one of those people that goes, hey, this place came out with a new yarn. Look, I got it. But I don't have that kind of money or those kind of subscribers yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I've got over 500 of you guys, which just is bonkers to me. That 500 people want to listen to me rattle on. But hey, hi. I'm glad you're here. I think today is just going to be a low-key, chill kind of day. I have a little bit of a confrontation coming up later today. When my kids were growing up, our house was always kind of the safe house, the crash house, the I'm in a fight with my parents, can I stay with you overnight kind of place. And even after my oldest was in college, you know, we picked up a couple strays from college. This guy's getting kicked out of his parents' house because college is over. This guy is getting kicked out of his parents' house because of this. So we've taken in quite a few strays, and honestly, I didn't mind most of the time. But when you try to teach a stray how to adult, and they think they know how to adult, and then you are still getting their mail like 5 years later, we need to talk. Because I offered to go with you and say, change your address at the post office, and tell you to change your address on your license, and to change your address at your bank. So we just got government mail for him, which I'm not allowed to throw out because that's a felony. And I'm trying to be nice, because if I take this mail from the government and write return to sender, addressee unknown, or no known person at this address, or any of that fun stuff, then that's going to cause probably a lot of problems. So I'm trying to be nice, and I let my son know, please tell him to come pick up his mail, and please tell him that we're going to have a conversation, because he's fraudulently using our address still. This is a first. So I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm hoping that goes well. But some of these kids, I lucked out with my kids, and my kids actually know how to act when they leave the house, and how to adult, and how to pay bills, and how to... Some of these kids just never learned, and they didn't want to learn, and you try. I was like everybody's mom. When my kids were in high school, I was everybody's mom. Everybody called me mom. Somebody yelled mom, I looked, because I was everybody's mom. Some of these kids just don't want to adult, and it's weird to me, because I couldn't wait to get out of my parents' house. But maybe that means I'm a better parent than I had. So, yay me. So I have that to look forward to. I am going to suck it up and admit that I can't make a hat with a brim on my own, and watch some tutorials. because my son, my youngest, works outside a lot, and I don't like him not being able to wear any of his hats with logos on them at work. So I'm going to make him a hat he can wear and not get his head and his neck all sunburned all the time. And I'm not, you know, smotheringly hot polyester like the ones they give him at work, because cheap polyester at 90-degree heat is not good. So, and Hirschner sends me a message about yarn being on sale because I don't have any money. I'm not buying any more yarn. I'm not. I broke my yarn ban for my wrap that I want to make for me for my birthday, but that was it. No more buying yarn. If I win yarn, I win yarn, you know, but no more buying yarn until I get rid of some of this stuff I have here, because I think I could clothe my entire family for the nuclear winter with what I have here, and then some. So, given that there may be an apocalypse any day now, at least I'm useful in the remains of society. I can make clothes. I can't make stuffed animals to save my life. Plushies are like so not my thing. I've tried to like it. I've tried to make things that I like. I have tried to, I can do hats, I can do shawls, I can do sweaters, I can do... Please don't ask me to like make you a cat, because I tried making plushies with regular yarn. I tried using the velvety chenille yarn. I tried, you know, I can make mushrooms. I can make mushrooms kind of okay. It's about as good as we gotten. But everybody else makes amigurumi, so I guess I don't have to. I don't know. I'm not gonna be a bajillionaire from my yarn, but it's cheaper than therapy and it keeps me sane. So, hopefully you have a good day. I am going to try to have a quiet day. Nicotine of the day is still French vanilla cheesecake, because I haven't switched out my daily bottle yet, and I have one that's coffee flavored, but coffee like sticks in your atomizer, and then everything you put in it afterwards just tastes like coffee, and that, excuse me, I'm boring myself. I've got to be boring you. Okay. Off to search the YouTubes for making some kind of a hat brim like a baseball cap that my son will wear, because he won't wear one of these. He says I'm dorky. But I'm old. I'm allowed to be dorky. I'm adorkable. Okay. Hat with a brim. Next up on Dollhouse Sweets Crochet. Maybe next up. I have an insane desire to make myself a plushie scrap snake. And I'm really thinking about doing that. I don't know what I'm going to do with a plushie snake. I don't know where I'm going to put a plushie snake, and I might just have to sell it because it's just going to take up room. But I want to make one. So I might be doing that too, depending on, you know, what I can come up with today with the scraps and the brain power and the math, because math and patterns and math. Today is not a good math day. Today is not a good math day. Okay, I've already yawned and bored myself, so I'm not going to bore you guys anymore. I will be back when I have something spiffy to show you, or something important to say, or I don't know. Weird is not bad. Be proud of your weird. You just have to find other people with your weird. And don't let other people push their weird on you. Because their weird is their weird. And your weird is your weird. And someday, you will find that other puzzle piece with the weird curvy edges that match yours exactly. I did. And I'm glad I did. I found my weird. Oof. I think this September will be our 30th anniversary. Our 30th. Wow. I'm old. On that note, be good. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Spread kindness like seeds. It's free and the world needs more. Be weird. Be you. Don't be weird to impress somebody. Don't be weird because everybody else is being weird in one particular way. The fun thing about weird is everybody's weird is a little bit different. Your weird is just fine. Be your weird. Bye, lovely.